Good evening, everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru. Yes, once again, coming to you from downtown Manila in the Philippines. And I've got a very special guest on today, a very interesting guest. I'm going to tell you a bit more about him in a moment. But guys, if you want to be on Stars on Spotlight and spotlight your business and make you famous, 15 minutes of fame all through the world, we put you on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, YouTube with all your social channels so that people can actually reach out to you. It's worth tens of thousands of dollars, guys, if you had to do a TV commercial. This is going to cost you totally nothing, zero. We're here to help you. So if you want to go and be a star on Spotlight, please feel free to do so. In the meantime, let's introduce our lovely guest. We have Asha Hope with us today. And Asha is very good at what he does. He's a master hypnotist. Company name is AMI. And his industry is in the healthcare and spiritual development. Been in the industry for quite some time. And a brief description of his business, he helps individuals reconnect with their essence so they can find fulfillment in their lives rather than being on an endless race for success. So basically, guys, he helps you sort yourself out. Right? Key achievements. I've led close to 1,000 people reconnected with their why, and they should, and healed from various diseases. Current projects create a strong, supportive online community that is guided by their purpose, right? Personal motto, there is hope for everyone. Indeed, there is. But I've got something to tell you guys. No one's coming to save you guys. You've got to save yourself. That means you've got to do the work, guys. Be prepared to work and the rewards will come. It's not about the money. It's about helping people. If you help enough people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want, right? Interesting fact, beat up a cocaine addiction on his own, did 500 Ks, wow, on a single gear bike in Latham, meditates an hour a day. I spent 10 years selling drugs before I became a service to the people. So in other words, if he can do it, you can do it, guys. He's turned his life around, right? So it's very, very interesting story. And it's my great pleasure to introduce Asha Hope. How are you, Asha?
I'm very good, thank you. And thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise here. What time is it where you are, please, Asha?
It's almost 3 p.m.
Fantastic. And where are you coming to us from?
I'm in Brussels, Belgium.
Awesome, awesome, guys. That's my first guest from Belgium. I hope it won't be my last. Okay, tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Obviously, you're on the wrong path for a while there, probably enjoying the high life, but now you're on a different path. Tell us a story about that.
Well, as you mentioned, and you might have understood already, I started my life with the wrong advices.
Yes.
I grew up with ADHD without knowing it, and having this mental deficiency led me to search for some help. And I found that drugs were helping me. Started smoking, which was calming me, and then I started snorting cocaine, which was giving me the focus and the energy that I was looking for. And as it was kind of expensive, I started selling it, and I got myself to have a very good business for like more than 10 years. But one day, like many people who overuse drugs, I woke up and it was over. I took a line of cocaine in the morning and then started crying. My body could not bear the weight of all of that consumption. So I went to meet a psychiatrist, and she told me that I was not a junkie, because at the time I thought I was a junkie and I was identifying with that. So I was doing everything that a junkie would do. Besides all the money and all the drug dealings I was doing. And she told me that I had ADHD and I needed to take prescription drugs in order to treat my problem.
Yes.
And that's the moment I had a breakthrough, because I came there because of a drug problem. And the medical system is offering me to take another drug to solve the problem, which was a full no for me. I say like, no, this is not possible. I don't want to replace one addiction with another one.
Correct.
And it led me to do my own research. Like we all advise in finances, do your own research. And I started researching, and I found this video of a monk saying that if you don't have time to meditate 2 minutes a day, you should meditate 20 minutes every day. And so that's the moment I asked myself, how can I do to be different? And I looked at the people who are totally the opposite of who I was, and I just started doing everything they do. Started cooking for myself, I started meditating, I started taking care of who I am. And that led me to travel around the world and realize that in all major cities and major places I've been to, everybody's suffering the same way.
Yes.
So that made me understand that what I healed for myself was actually a solution that many people were seeking without knowing it. And one day when I was in India, I went to a meditation center and I realized that coaching was a whole industry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the moment I had another aha moment, realizing that I could teach that to other people. And
Yeah, and
since
help
that day,
because you've been on the journey, correct? Yourself, you've been there and done that, right?
yeah, been then done that, and I realized I've had done that by myself because I didn't know there were coaches. All I thought there was like the Western medicine system, medical system, and healthcare system that I was not wanting to be part of anymore. And I realized that there was an industry that entrepreneurs and wealthier people are following. So I felt like I want to do this, and that's what brought me to become more professional in my approach, because the first few years since 2017 to 2019, I was just like learning by myself for myself.
Yes.
And then when I realized in 2019 that there was like jobs like this, I just started training myself with professionals to become the best, which led me in 2021 to start working with this.
Interesting. Tell me, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
Well, the most challenging part of my work as an entrepreneur is always looking on myself and understanding that the problems I need to solve to make my business evolve are within myself. That the
Mm-hmm.
business you have will evolve to your own rhythm. You cannot have the capacity to grow your business if you're not growing yourself. So I would say the biggest problem in general, every time I meet a new problem, is just really accepting that I am responsible. And if I want to have a change in my business, I need to change myself.
Yes, fair enough. To tell us about an important moment in your career that changed the direction in which you were going. I suppose that's after your addiction. That was part of a journey. What else? What else has been important in your career that put you on this special journey of yours?
Well, that was actually about 8 months ago when I had already done a few years of work and realizing that I could have a bigger impact.
Mm-hmm.
And not knowing really how to do it, I started interviewing fellow entrepreneurs and realizing
Awesome.
that all the solutions that we're looking for are available to us, because there is plenty of entrepreneurs on social media, on the internet, and you just need
Yes.
to reach out to them with like a genuine question, because every day entrepreneurs receive hundreds of DMs that are just like bullshit. But
Yes.
if you're genuine, if you have something that is here to help and to collaborate truly, not like and sending a DM, are you open for collaboration, but really wanting with
To
a
sell you something.
genuine
Yeah.
desire to create growth, sending a DM to entrepreneurs and saying, hey, I know that you're way more busy or way more important or whatever you're doing. And I have a question for you because I know you could help me. A
Yes.
lot of people will answer and help you for free. That's the beauty of it. We live in a beautiful world right now.
That's right, and that's it. The people who are successful are quite happy. Every man's got a journey. I bet you're not one of them got there the easy way, unless they inherited money, right? It's hard work, guys. But successful people will give you the time of day and help you if you reach out, get a mentor, get people who can talk to people who can help you, and get the right advice. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have now helped contribute to your success on this amazing journey?
Well, one of the skills that is the most helpful is my focus, in my ability to retain attention. As I'm meditating around 1 hour every day, I
Mm-hmm.
have the ability to listen to people with full attention for a long span of time. So when people have a lot of things to share, or maybe they have things they don't understand about themselves, I'm able to listen and to have cues in everything, whether it's their body language, whether it is the tone of voice, whether it's the wording, and I'm really able to pinpoint the moments where something is changing.
Mm. Interesting. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
Well, one of the things is that I'm really remembering why I'm doing it. I'm doing
Yes.
it because I want the world to be a better place. And I know that my life will be better if the life of people around me are better. And
Yes.
that's what the biggest motivation is. I know that we all have power, and that the more I'm applying this power, the more I'm inspiring more people to do the same. This was one of the most beautiful things that happened to me when I came back. I went traveling for almost 7 years.
Wow.
And I came back 1 year ago here in my hometown and met a lot of my old friends, those people who I was taking drugs with. And a few of them who were ready to change and saw my change came to me and asked me to help them.
Awesome.
And having these people I grew up with and I kind of destroyed my life with, we were going down together, coming to me after a few years being like, hey, we've seen that you've changed and we don't have any doubts about what you're doing is working, even though what you're doing is harder. Because anyone who is taking drugs, everyone who is smoking, if you're smoking weed on a daily basis, you want to feel more calm. But
Yes.
you're going the easy way. And doing 1 hour of meditation or just even doing 10 minutes of meditation is the hard way, because you need to face that what is disturbing you, rather than just going to a peaceful state by smoking or drinking or whatever you're
Yes,
consuming.
the easy way, correct.
It's the easy way, yeah. So if you're going the hard path of just like feeling what's going on within yourself, you'll be able to generate that peace on demand.
Yes.
Unlike people who are addicted, when you are taking the long path, you then are able to generate any kind of feelings in an instant. The same way when you start making sales, in the beginning, making sales is hard. Whatever you do in your business seems long and hard. But
Yes.
once you nailed the process, you can do it way faster. Then you can automate it, you can systemize it. And it's the same with anything in your life. Once you know the path, you
Yeah,
can do it
correct.
very quickly.
Yeah, it's meant like driving a car, isn't it? If
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know, then you find all of a sudden. I mean, you're hanging on with two hands. All of a sudden, you're doing it with one finger because you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The same sort of concept, right? Tell me, can you just tell us about a recent project that you're particularly proud of? Something you've done in recent months or years that you're particularly proud of?
Well, what I'm very proud of is that I'm creating an online community for entrepreneurs who are willing to harness their inner power in order to perform. Because many people, including myself in my past, was relying onto external sources to get momentum, to get energy,
Yes.
to get that power. But as Tony Robbins says, we have power within. And I want to help a lot of people to harness to that power and create an online community. It's something I've never done before. And it's a step outside of my comfort zone that I am very proud of, because I used to live in the shadow for a long time, and now I'm putting myself into the spotlight. Even
Love it.
here, I'm on stars on the spotlight. So
Yeah,
I
love it.
feel the beautiful image of what I'm doing is really showing to the world that we can get out of the shadow and we can connect together. We can unite and do even more together.
It's an awesome message. Tell me, um, 1 second. Sorry, my phone is. I've got phones everywhere, and my team have gone home, so they couldn't turn it off. My apologies. I was about to say, what advice would you give someone who's aspiring to get out of that situation and follow in your footsteps and make a difference? What advice would you give them?
Well, I would say that the first thing is that it's very good at acknowledging the situation and then making a decision to change. This is the thing that I really want to acknowledge, is that they're very courageous and they have made the right decision. The first thing I think they should do is start asking themselves who they want to become, what new identity they want to embrace, and find out the people who are doing that. Find out around themselves if people are doing it. If they don't have anyone in their surrounding that is where they want to be, to find a coach or a group where they can
You're
attach
a
themselves
mentor, yeah,
to,
someone
or
who can help.
mentor, people that can guide them through that. Because one of the things that I've learned is that on internet there's a lot of very helpful advice,
Yes,
but the only advice that works is the one that is made for you.
yeah,
And I've lost a lot of time, because when I was a drug dealer, I was still an entrepreneur. So I was doing a lot of entrepreneurship. My work as a drug dealer was entrepreneurship. I was having a team of 8 people working with
wow,
me. But then when I started doing legal activities like this business I'm doing now, I realized that I was still in a scarcity of like not trusting people. So I didn't get a mentor. I didn't get a team around myself.
Oh,
And I
explain.
was following advices randomly on social media and realized that most of the advices were not tailored for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So having someone you can interact with, having a group of people you can interact with, whether it be a Facebook group, whether it be a group coaching, whether it be a mentor or a coach or whatever, someone that can listen to you and observe your situation and say, hey, knowing your situation, this is the best option for you. And
Yeah,
that is what I really want to advise, because if you're watching videos on YouTube or following someone on social media and just listening to that advice, maybe they're doing that and it feels like it's good for you, but it might not be.
yeah. You've got to get, let's say, get focus and get clarity. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Ashley? You're doing very well. So what are you hoping for the future?
Well, what I'm hoping for the future is to take that community that I'm building right now into physical spaces, to have retreats in person, and to really create a model of community that people would want to copy, and just really create power within different communities. Because I do believe that the future of power is within communities. Today, we have power in institutions, we have power in corporation, we have power in governments, which is very centralized. And what I believe the future of power is to have communities where individuals are being valued in the same way as the group.
Yes. And tell me, how can our listeners reach out and find out more about you and contribute and find out how you can help them? What's the best
Well,
way?
the easiest way, I believe there's going to be some links in the description of this podcast. So
Correct.
check out the links. Facebook is where I'm the most often, but you can also reach out to me on Instagram, on YouTube, or LinkedIn. On
Awesome.
Facebook, I'm Asha Hope. On LinkedIn is the same, Asha Hope. On Instagram is the best of Asha, and YouTube is the same, the best of Asha.
Awesome. Tell me, before we go, before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about you that people don't know.
Well, a fun fact, oh, that's very interesting. So when I was a kid, my parent bought a farm in the countryside. And I would love going to little streams of water, like very small ones. And I would love like moving some stones and little things to just orient the way the water would flow. And I would love doing that, spending hours
All right.
just moving little rocks and changing the flow of water.
Yeah, well, now you've gone the whole 9 yards. You've changed the flow of your whole life, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. So we'll wrap it up now. But guys, if you want to be on Stars on Spotlight and get your 15 minutes of fame, please like and subscribe to this channel and reach out, guys. It's totally free and we put you across all the different platforms. And like Asha, hopefully you can make a difference in the world. Any last thoughts, please, Asha?
Well, if you haven't started, it's time for you to do it, because the world is waiting for your gifts. And I want you to know that we all deserve a beautiful adventure in your lives. And
Yes.
if life haven't given you an adventure, entrepreneurship might be that one.
Yeah, that's right. And guys, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. So make it happen, guys. As Asha said, there's people out there who want to help you. So get that help and move yourself forward. Thanks very much, Asha.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me on the show again.